Hi, my name is Farida, and I talk about Black women living a life of ease through remote work and traveling. So, if any of those things are interesting to you, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. That will help my channel grow. Thank you so much. I am on my way to go do my walk in the park on this beautiful Friday, a day before Ramadan starts. Super, super, super excited. But before I did that, I wanted to go ahead and make a video while I still have some light and it's not so dark in the house about remote work and why I think remote work is so amazing for Black women. So I have my notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes or just getting distracted by something in the house. All right, so number one, bias and stereotyping. All right, so bias and stereotyping is something that obviously a lot of us deal with as Black women, and as a Muslim Black woman, for sure, I deal with that a lot. And advocating for yourself, always means you are the angry Black woman. And I remember, having that experience at one of the schools that I worked with where I saw, a teacher being very cruel, being very mean to a student. And when I called that person out, then it became a big, oh, you're just angry, you're just, mad. And, the admin didn't have my back. And I was so young at the time. I was in my early 20s, a new teacher, really just still so green. And I was forced to write a long paper about, professional behavior at work when I was simply just calling out an injustice. And ever since that day, I just realized that whatever I said would be taken as, oh, she's angry. Oh, she's aggressive. Oh, she's just an angry Black woman. So throughout my 20 years as a teacher, whenever I would see something that I didn't like, I would just kind of hold it in, not speak up about it, and just, quietly look for other employment. But with remote work, you deal with so much less of that stereotyping and bias because I don't have to see these people as much. Yes, we might have like a meeting every now and then where we all have to get together and talk about issues and, have a game plan or updates to our program and address those. But when I speak, I say my piece. I don't feel judged. I don't feel that, okay, this person is, angry and she has an attitude. I just feel like it's everybody sharing. And, some of my best buddies, they have my back whenever I'm speaking my mind and saying what I think should happen. So I really love remote work. And it could also just be like the specific job because you don't have that feeling of, okay, so I'm just going to be the one with the attitude. I'm just the one who's trying to get out of work. I'm the one who, just doesn't want to go with the program and is not a team player. So I really love that about remote work. It's like, even if these people say something so crazy, you can just turn your camera off, laugh, roll your eyes, and then get back on camera all prim and proper and polite, and nobody knows what happened, that you were just laughing at somebody. So definitely that is one of the benefits of remote work. Number two is microaggressions and discrimination. Comments about hair or what they think your hair looks like, attire, how you dress, or your speech patterns. How many times have I heard you speak so proper for a Black girl? Or why do you speak like that? You speak really, really articulately. You speak so articulate. And it's just like, okay, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I've had managers come up to me, male and female, saying, "Oh, I think I know what your hair looks like because of the bump in the back and how puffy your hair is, your hijab is today." And, guessing about what my hair looks like, you're defeating the purpose of my hijab. So, really passive aggressive microaggressions that, you just roll your eyes at and you're like, ugh, here we go. And I working remotely. When I worked remotely as an evaluator, didn't have to deal with that at all. I mean, at all. I did my job, logged in, did my required hours for the week, logged out, had a one-on-one with my supervisor once a month, and it was beautiful. It was perfect. So supportive, so sincere. Meetings got straight to the point. Everything that didn't need to be a meeting was an email. I love remote work because it's just so liberating from those microaggressions that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, discrimination on attire. I remember when I was working at we'll just say it's a fast fashion brand. And I remember, we all had to wear the brand. And I was super young and super naive. And our boss was like, yes, everyone has to wear it, even you, Farida. And I was like, well, I can't, due to my faith. I have certain requirements. And these clothes were like, fast fashion, skimpy, midriffs, very tight pants, trendy at the time in the 90s. Everybody had a, belly bearing outfit at that time. Or on the other hand, it was like the super, super baggy clothes. So yeah, she was just like, yeah, I want you in that attire. And I'm like, I cannot, and I will not, and she was like, did God say thou shalt not wear the panty pants and the mini skirt? Did God say that? And I would just be like, wow, the utter disrespect. So yeah, it was difficult enough, being the only hijabi there, but also having to figure out how to make these clothes work while still remaining true to myself. Oh my goodness, it was something. It was definitely something. And with remote work, you can just hop online in your pajamas or, your Uggs or your robe or whatever. I don't have to worry about hijab. I don't have to worry about, what my face is looking like. I don't have to worry because as long as I'm doing the work, I'm getting it done, I'm good. I can sip my coffee in peace and don't have to hear any comments about what my hair might look like, what I'm wearing, and why I talk the way I talk. It's just, I can just be me. And so that's number 2. Number 3 is the pressure to conform, fit into that, corporate or educational culture. So a lot of times they do not value the things that make you different, the things that make you stand out. And they want that cookie cutter look and mentality. And, they want you to think a certain way. So, a lot of times in the job, they want you to think, you have to, toe the line, dress this way, act this way, you have to respond to every message with acknowledge. You can't say cool beans like I want to say. And what I love about this job, remote work in general, but this job in specific, is your diversity is what makes you an asset. So, there are a lot of Muslim students at the remote school that I work at, and I have, other colleagues coming to me saying, hey, I had a student who was very, very uncomfortable on the phone when I said A, B, and C. What's going on? She, her family's from Iran and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, so number one, you did this. Number two, you did that. Number three, you cracked that inappropriate joke for her culture. Number four, she probably would prefer a female mentor. Da 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 da. Bing bang boom. They get her the mentor that she needs to help her succeed. And, a lot of people were like, would you mind like switching? I'd like to transfer her to you. And, a couple of my students are also Black women. So when we're on the phone, we just chop it up. We understand the subtleties. We understand the subtext. My differences being something that I have to tone down, it's actually an asset to what I do. So it's really nice. So yeah, the next thing, number 4, is isolation and tokenism. Like sometimes when you are working in a brick and mortar school or in the corporate domain, sometimes you feel like you're literally being left out of things, and also one mistake and they're on you. Like, Miss Karen Sue can just make a million mistakes and it's okay, and we must have grace. But you make a mistake and it's, oh, we're going to have to document that. And, you didn't do this right. You didn't do that right. And it's like, wow, where's the grace for me? And then the tokenism, like anytime, it's Black History Month or MLK Jr.'s birthday or the Juneteenth, I must be the one to give the presentation to the students. I must be the one, or someone who looks like me must be the one to do the speech. And it's like, hey, no, this is a shared activity. We're all Americans. We all can share in this activity. But even like when I was working at a private school, I noticed that those activities always went to the Black women in that school. They were always the ones getting up there, giving the speech about Black History Month, amazing people who did this, and that, and, what's going on politically with this protest and that protest. And no offense, like I felt like a lot of them were being used. I mean, they wanted to do it, but I felt like they were being used. And it didn't come with a bump in salary or a bonus. It just was like a thank you. That's expected of you. So, so no, I'm all for not being used as a token. Like, hey, we've got one of this. We've got someone who fits 3 boxes. She's Muslim, she's Black, and she's a woman. Wow, a threefer. So no, I am just really happy where I work in a place, again, which kind of, flows into the previous point where, yes, my differences are an asset, but they're not tokenized, if that makes sense. I'm not here to entertain you. I am not a joke, so it's just like, okay, yeah, this is everybody's responsibility. If we're doing something to highlight diversity, equity, inclusion, and access at the university, everybody is expected to pitch in or volunteer as they please. It's not, we're going to look at the people who are different to do a piece and to entertain us and educate us. No, that's work you need to do on your own, on your time. So I really appreciate that. And then a lot of the gigs that I get remotely, you just do your job. just do your job. As a wise man said, do your job. And, you don't have to worry about spearheading anything. You just log in, you get your hours, you score your papers or tutor your clients or a mentor or coach, and then you log off. So I love that about remote work. And then finally, work-life balance challenges. Okay, so a lot of times we as Black women have to worry about, maintaining the household. Most of us are head of households. That is the reality. We're head of households, and we are taking care of children, taking care of household labor. We're also, the main earners if we are in a marriage or relationship. And we also have to deal with these people here on the job with all of these other microaggressions and issues that are happening. But with remote work, that just takes one more issue off the plate so that you can live that life of ease. So it's just like, hey, I'm on the job. I'm working. After I log in these notes and write this write-up, let me put a load of clothes in the washing machine. And then let me get back to work after I do that. And then let me go for a walk. And then let me get back to work. And then let me go and wash some dishes. And then let me make a phone call, have a meeting with a student. And then, let me fix myself some lunch. I love having that work-life balance, and, recently with my interest in being a digital nomad, I've done a couple of trips where I've taken my laptop and, I work during the day, and then at night or in the evening, I would just go have fun, get on the beach, go out, visit with in-laws and family. It just was wonderful, just perfectly balanced. And another cool thing was, going to the West Coast and having my working hours in Central Time. It was really cool because I had an extra 2 hours in the afternoon and evening to just have fun, kick back, and relax and go explore. So definitely if you have to be on at certain times, I would definitely keep those time zones really, really straight in your head so that you can make sure that you're getting your job done and pleasing the boss. But remote work is it's where I want to be right now. It makes me happy. It makes my life easy. It allows me to travel, stay in connection with my loved ones and family. And I cannot foresee anything different in the near future. Never say never, but where I am right now in my life, this is really making me happy. It's really simplifying my life. And for me, a life of ease is not about luxury and having things. It's really about having freedom of motion, having more freedom over my time, having freedom to move in this world and see new sights. So I am going to head out and do my walk, get some fresh air at my local park, and catch the rest of this sunlight while it lasts. And thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.